front and back. All right, Horn, you're clear. You back off real slow and easy now. Slow and easy.
How you want to handle this?
You're the expert.
This guy a good officer?
It's too early to tell.
Damn it, Anderson.
War Lover. That is the title of episode 4 in Tour of Duty season 1, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, in this episode, basically, we have Bravo Company having to escort a gung-ho special forces guy as he's on a dangerous mission to go and blow up a vital bridge that the Viet Cong are using, obviously for supplies and stuff like that, and with vital strategic importance. On the way, they kind of pick up this young girl who is seemingly orphaned, and lots of moral choices are asked in this episode. So what are the positives and negatives of this episode? We'll start off with the positives first of all, for a change. So first of all, this one has some deeper themes. That you're asking moral questions here, and there's no kind of right or wrong answers to a certain degree. And you know, we see opposing views to war, and it's situations that may not necessarily have a right or wrong answer. There's obviously shades of grey here. So there's some interesting, some quite deep themes here, which is quite good. And I have to say, the drama here is played up pretty well. People are putting moral quandaries, and you're thinking, what are they going to do? And I have to say also with this one, there are some good set pieces in regards to some of the action scenes. The actual bridge sequence itself, I think, is pretty good. And pretty much movie quality, I'm going to have to say as well. But some of the set design as well, where we're kind of going through this kind of decimated village, all very good. And there's a fantastic scene where Lieutenant Goldman basically triggers or just steps on this kind of tripwire, which is obviously wired up to some explosives, and it's a very tense scene, but not without its levity as well, which I quite liked. Now, in regards to guest stars, this one has William Russ, who plays this kind of the special forces guy, and you've seen him in a few things. He's probably one of these character actors that you have seen in a variety of different things, but you'll recognise his face, but not necessarily the name. I have to say, for a negative for me, I found him, he strayed on the somewhat cartoonish characteristics. Sometimes he was a little bit, I mean, they actually mentioned John Wayne in this episode, and he kind of did seem a little bit too cowboyish for his own good to a certain degree. As Tour of Duty goes on, there's a few characters that will come up that will be a little bit kind of more gung-ho, and this one to me, although there are some good scenes, I will say that, it's just a little bit cartoonish sometimes. And he has this kind of two other guys that follow him around, and there's that cliche, isn't it, when everyone says, oh, I'm 3 days away from retirement, you know they're going to bite the dust, and that cliche happens in this episode as well. But overall, a couple of minor nitpicks aside, it's a good action episode. I think it asks some good sort of moral questions. There's some good drama involved here. So overall, a pretty decent episode. I will give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.